Hi guys, welcome back. And as you can see from my haircut, this is post-accident. If you've been watching my vlogs, you'll know about my head injury. So we just shaved all my hair off so to keep the injury clean and make it easy to get to, and so hence the shaved head. But anyway, back to the story. This one is about me nearly drowning, and it was very, very close, a local break. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So the day I was, I say the day I was probably 16, 15, 16, local break, and we'd gone down, me and a good friend of mine, Paul, had gone down, and it was a really good size. It was way overhead, but it was like absolutely glassy. It was perfect. And we'd gone down at 5:30 in the morning. We literally waited, dawn patrol, waited for the sun to come up. And then as soon as there was enough light, we were just in. We paddled out. We surfed till kind of 10 o'clock, got out. There was where we were surfing, there was like a local cafe at the beach. So we got out, had some breakfast, jumped straight back in the water, surf and surf and surf. Lunchtime came, come out, had a bit of lunch, had a drink, went back out. And same again, got to about 5 o'clock, got out, had more to eat, more to drink, back out again, and shattered, absolutely shattered. And but it was an amazing day, absolutely amazing day. The surf was phenomenal, we were just loving it. And it got quite late, and we had to get picked up. I think it was 9:30, I think we'd arranged to be picked up, so we wanted to be out for kind of 9:15, 9 o'clock, just to get ourselves sorted before we got in the car. And so we surfed to about 8, and I was done. My arms are like noodles. Even my legs were weak, but my arms, I couldn't even paddle for waves. I was actually having to catch waves past vertical and take the drop because I couldn't paddle hard enough to catch the more mellow waves. So anyway, and it got to that point, and there was about 4 or 5 of us all surfing together, and we're like, yeah, let's head in. And I wanted to go in on a good wave, and I didn't just want to pick any old rubbish. I wanted to have a last wave, a good wave, and everyone else gone, and I was just waiting for a good wave. So I'm literally out back on my own now. And as a freak set wave come, I was like buzzing. Here we go. Let's just bang this out and enter an amazing day. And I went for this wave, and it was just a bit. I looked up the line and it was closing out, so I just jumped off the back of my board like, no, I'm not going on a closeout wave. And obviously I just waited for my board to bounce back to me on my leash, and it never come back. It just kept going, and I pulled my leash up, and actually the little bit of string rope that ties your leash to the board was obviously still on the board, and it had broke on the swivel, so the swivel had snapped. And I was like, shit, I'm a long way out to sea, my arms are already done, and I've got to swim in. I'm like, and don't get me wrong, I've always been a good swimmer, but we spent all day hammering ourselves, so I'm just shattered. So I start trying to like body surf like on already breaking waves, so it pushes me in, but I just can't forward. I can barely breaststroke. I'm just done, and I'm struggling, and I'm looking at the beach, and I'm just nowhere near getting close to getting in. And the kind of reality dawns on me that I can't swim in. I can't make it in. And I looked at the beach, and I couldn't even see people. I was that far out, like we're talking specks. People were specks. And there's no way I'm going to wave to anyone. There's no lifeguards there. It's one of those awful perfect storms where everything went wrong at the right time for no one to know. So I just thought, I've got to keep going. I'd never give up. I don't ever give up. So I thought I'd just keep trying and just keep holding my breath and letting the waves kind of wash me in a bit more and wash me in. But every time I'm doing this, it's knocking the wind out of me. So it's making me more tired and more knackered. And so, yes, it's taking me slowly close to the beach, but it's also knackering me out to do it. And yeah, and I get probably halfway in, and I'm done. I can barely tread water now. I'm like barely keeping head up. Head keeps going under, and I keep coming up. I'm like gasping for air, and like genuinely I'm panicking. I'm genuinely panicking because I'm realizing that I can't get in. I've still got a long way to go, and I'm done pretty much. So I thought, well, okay, well, let's just see how deep I am, how far. Although, because where we are is such a mellow beach, you can be a long way out, but the water not be that deep. So I thought, well, sod it. So I just let a bit of air out. I sunk down, and when I went down and I put my arm above my head, I could just feel actually the water there. So I'm probably, well, 2-3 couple of foot over my head deep. And then while I was down there, I kicked myself back up, and it gave me an idea. And I thought, well, what I can do is sink forward like a 45-degree angle, and then boost with my legs, and then sink, boost, because my legs are a lot stronger than my arms now, and my arms are done. So that's what I've done. So I kept, every time a wave come, I go underneath it and boost kind of up into it. So I kind of go with the wash a bit. And I do that and do that and do that and do that until my legs are now jelly as well. And I'm looking, and I'm a lot closer now, a lot closer. And I'm now in amongst all the white water. I'm in amongst all the heavy white water, which means I'm not so deep as well. So I then think, right, let's just check now, because it's getting silly now, because I'm struggling to do it. I'm struggling to hold my breath. I'm so beaten up by the waves hitting me all the time and trying to catch my breath. And so I sink, and it's literally a few inches above my head underwater. I'm like, nah, I've done it. Just keep pushing. I'll be fine. Just keep pushing. So that's what I've done. And I think no more than maybe 5 or 6 more real kind of panic boosts, and I'm in my depth. The waves are still going over my head, but I can stand. So I can stand with my head over, so at least, you know, I'm not getting forced under. If I stop swimming, I don't sink. So I can kind of catch my breath a bit. And then so I just kind of start walking in slowly. And I didn't realise how absolutely nailed I was, although it was obvious I was, until the water got to about waist deep, and I dropped to my knees. I couldn't hold my body weight up. My legs were that bad, I couldn't hold my body weight up. And in the end, I crawled out of the water on my hands and knees. And I crawled out literally hands and knees all the way until a couple inches of water, and I flopped down, sat on my bum and looked out. And yeah, I thanked someone for looking after me. I was just like, wow, that was incredibly close. And that was a really scary situation. And funnily enough, Paul come running up the beach, because I must have got caught in a rip, because I was nowhere near where we were surfing. And he come running up the beach, and he was like panicking, and he found my board, funnily enough, and that's when he realised something was wrong. But no one could see me. But they couldn't see me because I was half a mile up the beach. So he helped me up. He put my arm over his shoulder, and we went back. And yeah, that was a really scary one. And really, there is no end to that tale. At the end of the day, it was a freak accident. The leash snapped. It was what it was. If the leash hadn't snapped, I would have been fine. I would have got in. But yeah, that was a really scary part and a scary moment in my life. So anyway, if anything like that has ever happened to you, let me know. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.